Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fadi Show podcast. How's everybody been doing? I think you guys can notice something different from today's episode. We got a little different setup today. I am not in front of the desk. I didn't really reupholster my whole room to set up the podcast. I am actually just... My desk is still here where it's supposed to be. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to switch around the whole thing. I'm not going to turn around. I'm not going to turn my room upside down for you guys. You guys are not watching the podcast. You guys don't give a fuck. You guys don't care. Actually, I wanted to try this setup because it feels a little more natural. Because this is how my room usually looks when I'm not, recording the podcast. Instead of that little beach in the background. Who are we kidding? Who are we fooling with the whole beach in the background? I have not seen a beach in a year. Minimum in a year. I haven't seen a beach in a long time. I feel a little exposed doing the podcast like this, to be honest with you guys. I have no desk shielding me from the general public. It's just nothing between me and y'all. No barriers. There should always be a barrier. There should always be something separating the elite from the peasants. I just didn't feel like moving the desk all around with all these cords that I have hooked up to the computer. So I was like, you know what? Let me just set it up like this. And I kind of like the way it looks with the whole, you can see the bed backboard over there. You can see my computer in the background, my little blackboard. If you look up, you'll see it's the hero's journey. Because we're all heroes in our own little journey. You need go search, find, take, return, change, order, and chaos. How to structure a story. So yeah, that's been up there for a while. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about anything really. It feels weird holding the microphone like this. I'm not gonna lie. I would be lying if I said that this isn't a little strange for me. I like being hunched over like a troll talking to you guys. I should be in a shadow. Now you guys can see like my feet if I choose. Feet? Are they clean? Don't tell me I have to edit that out. Nah, they're clean. My feet, just straight up chilling. Straight up chilling with my feet up. Hopefully you guys can see my... Can you see my... No, you can't. It's cropped off, obviously. What did I have in store for today's? I noted down some topics that happened. Some topics that happened in the world between last week's episode and this week's episode. Let's see. Oh shit, yeah, terrorism. I was like, what was that thing that happened? New Orleans terrorists killed 15 people. And then he died in a shootout with the police. Cybertruck bomber. The guy that blew up his Cybertruck in front of the Trump Tower. I don't really know. Do we care? Is there any substance there? Is there anything to say about that? Other than both of those guys were like trained military men by the U.S. military. Both of them served in like the same military base. One of them was... I don't know what one of them was. One of them was just a purebred American. And they're like, hey, he was disturbed. And then the other guy had a beard and was foreign. And he's like, that's a terrorist. I like that categorization, though. I like that. It lets me know. Like, when someone's like, hey, this is a disturbed person. That's just be like, okay, that was a white man. It's just another way to specify the race of the person. That's a terrorist. That's a guy with mental issues. That's a guy with mental issues. Did they even find him? I'm pretty sure that they had a search warrant in his house and they breached in and was looking for him. I don't know if they found him. Did they find the Trump guy? The Cybertruck bomber? Let me see. I don't think they found him. Did they find the Cybertruck bomber? Mystery continues to shroud Las Vegas Cybertruck bomber's motives. Man who died in a Tesla Cybertruck explosion. He died in there? Soldier who died in Cybertruck explosion left note saying it was a what? It was a wake-up call for country's ills. Wait, he was in the car? But hold on, the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas? Didn't that happen in New York? I thought it was in New York. Trump Tower. Isn't Trump Tower in New York? Maybe that's another one. Cybertruck explosion suspect suffered from PTSD. See, it's just like he had mental issues. And then the other guy who served in the same military base as him. They had the same background. He had a beard and like, that's a terrorist. But again, I think it's a funny categorization of people. To be like, that's a terrorist. That's a guy with PTSD. And then in my head, I don't even need to look at the pictures. I'm like, all right, this guy is brown. This guy is white. I'm not even be like, hey, that's unfair. Why would you call this? They're both trying to kill people. I don't really care about their rights. They try to kill people. One of them did a lot. Shot at the cops, killed 15 people. I don't care about their rights. Call him a terrorist. Call him slurs. He should be facing slurs. You should be calling him slurs. He was a terrorist. He killed people. That's the worst thing you can do. Hey, but don't be offensive now. You can be offensive to terrorists. You can do that. You can also be offensive to crackers. Them crackers. If they're blowing up cars and shooting up, it doesn't matter. If they did a bad thing. Anyone who's doing a bad thing has a slur or two coming. Anyone that's ready to harm people must be ready for words that are not so politically correct to be thrown their way. That's my stance. That's a solid stance. Somebody's gonna be like, well, you're offending the other people you're offending the people that he hurt, the families of the people. No, not the families. You're offending the people that have nothing to do with any criminal activities that are of the same race. Listen, we're not even talking about them. How about we're offending the families of the people that died by not saying slurs? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever consider that maybe it's offensive to the families affected by the murderers to not call him the worst possible thing? Imagine somebody kills your family member and then the entire country was like, be nice to them. I was like, what the fuck are we being nice to them? He just killed my brother. The fuck are we being nice to him for? I'd be offended. So I say that to say anything can be offensive. So might as well be offensive to evil people. We're all going to be offensive. We're all going to be offensive. Especially me. Mostly me. Okay, only me. I'm the most offensive guy. Nah, but yeah, that was interesting. You should be mean to evil people. Besides that, I feel like that's what I wanted to say about that whole topic. I just want to give you guys a quick update about some shit that's going on. I'm going on tour soon. That's exciting stuff. I've been Twitch streaming, also fun. I was on Twitch the other day and there was like 90 people in there at one point. It was crazy. 90 people showed up and just watched me stream. Just nonsense, Roblox. I need to grow up, bro. I was in there and it was like this guy with this deep ass voice talking. He was black. You could tell he was black by the voice. That's not offensive. He had a cool voice. And I was like, damn. Because my cousin was in there with me and he was like, wait, are you black? And I was like, listen to that voice. Of course he's black. And he was like, yeah, I'm black. And I was like, I think my cousin asked him, like, how old are you? He was like, I'm 16. And I'm like, God damn it. I'm playing with 16-year-olds. I'm playing Roblox with 15, 16-year-olds. There's no more sense of what a loser. What a loser. How did life turn out this way? But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Fadi, you're streaming. You are being an entertainer. This is part of your job. You're not being, if you weren't streaming this, if you weren't live right now, that would be loser activities. But that's the difference. There's a key detail there that you cannot forget. Yes, you're playing Roblox with 15 and 16-year-olds, and they're whooping your ass. You are getting cooked by these kids. But the key detail here is that you're streaming. If you weren't streaming, it would have been embarrassing. It would have been embarrassing. But you're not. You're streaming. This is content. This is work. This is entertainment. And it's all part of the Fadi Show empire. The Fadi Show empire continues to grow. The Fadi Show empire keeps growing. But I was in there and I had like hella people at one point. When I first started, I had like a consistent 3, 4, 5 viewers maybe. And then it went up to like 7 viewers. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting like 7 viewers consistently. And then it was like 10 viewers. And now I'm in there like 15 viewers, 14, 15 viewers. I'm like, okay, this is solid. This is not bad. This is not bad. And then I got raided by somebody, by a Roblox creator. And then I had like 100 people in there just watching me stream. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, this is a bunch of people watching me not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. Just completely confused. There's 100 people watching me just being confused on a game that I'm being shit at. And then since then, I've had a consistent 15 viewers on live, between 15 and 20 viewers. So I was like, all right, okay, we're getting those numbers up. It's pretty fun. And then people are, checking out. Also, I'm dropping so many skits on YouTube now. I used to be just the podcast episodes, only the podcast episodes, forever, for like a year and a half, and nobody was watching. There was like 30 views on each podcast episode. Nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck. But then I started dropping the skits, and I realized I have a lot of skits, like a lot of skits, like a bunch, ungodly amount, like 300 sketches that I haven't uploaded on YouTube. I'm like, oh, let me just upload once every day, and the views are going up. Hopefully we'll get monetized soon. That'll be fun. But yeah, the views are popping. They're going up. I just need, like, I don't know, 100,000 views to get monetized on YouTube. That'll be exciting. That'll be fun to get monetized on YouTube. And then we're off to the races. So yeah, I'm such a multitasker. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a jack off all trades. Nah, chill out. I Twitch stream stand-up comedy, even though I haven't been at the comedy club in like forever, in like a month damn near. But last time I performed, I did really well. So going on tour soon, Twitch streaming, stand-up comedy, sketch comedy, podcast. Like, that's 4 avenues right there. 4 avenues. And then I have the Patreon too. So I'll do a podcast episode on here and then also on the Patreon. So if you guys want to check that out, link in bio. The Fadi Show. It's pretty fun, pretty cool. I have so many bonus episodes there. I have so many boner episodes there. It's just a bunch of episodes where I'm just recording only when I have a boner. So it's in front of a desk. You can't see the boner, but just know it's there. Sometimes you'll hear a tap and just know that it's me hitting the desk from underneath. But yeah, so a bunch of different avenues. We're active, boy. I just want to create more skits. I'm dropping skits on YouTube, but I've backlogged so many skits. So I want to create more so I don't run out of content. I think that'll be good. So yeah, just creating more skits, doing more stand-up. But I'm going on tour soon, so it'll be a bunch of stand-up. It'll be stand-up every day, every night. So it's basically stand-up camp. Concentration camp, but make it stand-up comedy. Concentration camp, but make it not Jewish and make it stand-up comedy and make it nothing like a concentration camp. It's actually me just traveling from city to city, completely free of any Nazi general standing over my head with a barrel 2 inches from my head, with the barrel of a gun, barrel of a rifle. No, so this is the plan. I just want to give you guys the cities, plus potential cities that we might hit up. So right now, we're doing a show in Copenhagen. So if you're in Copenhagen, hey, it's on the 27th. If you're in Copenhagen, 27th, I'm doing stand-up inside of you, Copenhagen. And then I'm going to Berlin the day after that, between the 28th and 29th. No, I'm going to, what was it? On the 28th, I'm going to Berlin. And I'm staying there for 2 nights. 28th and 29th, I'm in Berlin. And then on the 30th, I'm going to Amsterdam. So January 30th, Amsterdam. Show up, pop out. Might go to Club Hog. That's how it's pronounced. Club Hog. Might do that. And then going to Paris. And then after Paris, we're doing London, where we got a venue. Angel Comedy Club, I believe. Check their website, and you can buy the tickets there. You'll find my name somewhere in the shows. On February 2nd, London. And then after that, we're doing Dublin, potentially Dublin. Barcelona on the 7th, February 7th, Barcelona. And on February 9th, potentially we're doing Lisbon, Portugal. It's a fun time. That's like what? It was initially like 6 cities that we're going to do, but we might add 2 more cities and have 8 cities in 2 weeks. That's a lot. That's barely 2 days in every city. It's just keep on moving. We're not stopping. But I'm excited for it. I've written a script for each city that we're going to be in, and I will be making a vlog. I haven't written a full script, but I've more so typed out what the theme is going to be and written down some notes on what I want to talk about and how I want to present like an idea in every city. I want to present an idea in every city. Yeah, and I'll have my buddy recording everything from the stand-up sets to the footage, traveling in the hotels, back and forth, just all that. I just want to give you guys a new form of experience with these vlogs. So it's going to be 8 cities. If we do 8 cities, might be 7 cities. So 7 vlogs. And each video is going to probably be around 10 and probably between 8 and 13 minutes, somewhere in that range. But they're going to be edited. I want to try a new editing style. I want to develop an editing style and make it entertaining, make it cool, make it seem like you're with me on this journey and you're also leaving something. The hero's journey, remember? Hero's journey. You guys are going to be following me through my journey. So yeah, that'll be exciting. I'm going to do a little bit of hero journeying. I'm excited to... Let me not hold the microphone like this. It's kind of sus. I got to hold like this. I got to be also a little disgusted by the microphone. Like, ew. Can't believe I'm holding a phallic object. Just to prove to everybody that I'm not gay. Yeah. So, exciting things that we got going on. Anyways, elections coming up. Not election. I mean, inauguration. What was that? On the 20th? On the 20th of January? Right, like a week before I travel, the world might blow up. So this tour might be all canceled. Who knows? Because Donald Trump is talking about taking the Panama Canal. Such a random passage. I mean, I know that it's not really random because the United States helped build it. Lost a lot of people in the construction of the Panama Canal. And the Panama Canal. And then talking about annexing Greenland. Maybe making Canada the 51st state. That would be insane. Justin Trudeau resigned. I'm pretty sure, I feel like it's going to happen. Hundreds of billions of dollars in subsidies that the United States give to Canada. And then Trump was like, hey, if Canada cannot survive without our hundreds of billions of dollars that we're funneling them, maybe they should just be part of our country if they cannot survive without us. Let's just make them part of us. Just, he's back to colonialism. Or like, yeah. Back to imperialism. Expand the land. Just expanding Canada and then taking Greenland and Panama Canal. Stopping all Chinese ships of any source. Russian and Chinese ships. That would be insane. Damn, you got to get a visa to go to Canada. Would that mean that all Canadian citizens would just become American citizens? That would be insane. I don't know. What I've done, I've unfollowed any and every political person on Twitter, on X. I've unfollowed anybody that's ever tweeted anything political. And I've removed myself from the For You tab on Twitter. And I'm always on just the following. And honestly, I'm not even hooked on Twitter anymore. Ever since I just only check the following tab, I don't get rage baited. I don't get like stimulated in a way where I'm like, I have to be on my phone to check Twitter. Because it's boring, but in a good way. I wanted it to get boring. I unfollowed anybody political so they cannot bait me with a fucking discussion that I don't give a fuck about, that just gets me up in arms. So remove that out of my life, and I'm way less on Twitter now because of it. I'm feeling kind of good. Feeling kind of good about it. Feeling creative, feeling more motivated, more enthusiastic about things in the world when I'm not reading Twitter. It's great. It's fucking great. All those hypotheticals that they drop in there. Ladies, if your man had 2 pairs of underwear and he didn't pay for dinner, and you saw a pair of underwear in the store and you're like, hey, he might need a pair of underwear, would you get it for him even though he didn't pay for that dinner that one time? It's like, what is this hypothetical? Why is this a discussion that thousands of people need to engage in? Like, this is the most dumb, uninspired bullshit that I've ever seen, and I hate it. I hate uninspiring shit. That's what I've been tapped into. I'm like, you know what? I need to stay more inspired. The reason I'm annoyed and uncreative, I'm like feeling like I'm in a rut sometimes, is because I'm listening to these people. I need to cut myself off. I'm better off in a solitary confinement. I need to go insane in a solitary. Going insane in a solitary confinement is way more creative than scrolling through the discussions on Twitter. It's the most uninspiring bullshit. At least like you have to use your imagination in a 1x1 room, square meter room. You have to use your imagination. Oh, I have a toilet. I have barely a bed. I have to find new ways to shit. I have to like stand up and shit. So you have to use your imagination. Those discussions on Twitter is the most uninspiring, unimaginative hypotheticals that they drop on you, and then everybody's discussing. I've probably missed out on so many funny moments. I'm not gonna lie. I've probably missed out on so many funny moments on Twitter. But that means I have to make up my own funny moments. And it forces me to be creative. And I would recommend for any creatives out there, stop entertaining yourself with these things. Just try to inspire yourself. Consume content that's inspiring, or go do things that are inspiring to you, that makes you feel, things are possible in this world. You know? And see where your imagination takes you. I've been writing a bunch of skit ideas. I haven't written out like full-blown skits. I was actually trying to do that. Sometimes you just got to sit and daydream. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Just sit, daydream, think about whatever has been happening in your life. You're going to seek out stimulus. You're going to seek out stimuli instead of just getting it through an IV drip through your phone. If you hooked up to an IV drip in a hospital, you're not going to feel hungry. It's always like glucose and sugar into your bloodstream. Your blood sugar is not going to drop and your body's not going to feel hungry. You got to let that dopamine drop so that you're hungry for stimuli and you just start creating shit in your mind to entertain yourself. That's what you got to do. That's what it is. And that's another reason why I'm going on this tour. It's going to be so stimulating. I'm fiending for some stimuli. And it made me, boom, okay, let's get on it. Let's get on top of things. Also, another reason I stopped drinking coffee. The stimuli. I told you guys. I talked about this like 3 episodes ago when I stopped drinking coffee. So I'm like coffee free for a month damn near. I feel good. I don't feel like I need it. Sometimes I think about it and be like, damn, imagine just getting fed dopamine right now. That'd be so nice. But I don't do it because then I seek out dopamine in the form of activities or going on this trip, this tour, 8 cities. And I'm going to come back with so much inspiration, so many stories, so many new things that I've experienced and talked about, and I can use in my comedy. And it goes right back into the production of, content for you guys. And that's the idea. That's the purpose. It depends on what you want to do in life. But with someone with me who wants to entertain, who wants to give people product, who wants to give people entertainment, who wants to give jokes, who wants to do writing, it'll only benefit to garner more stories. It'll only benefit me, but also you guys, for me to garner more stories, experience new things. I can make more references. I can crack more jokes. I can see things from different angles after this. Even though I cannot fathom, what new am I going to experience now? I don't know what new I'm gonna, but that's the beauty of it. I'll realize things that I probably didn't like. Everybody has a blind spot, sort of like driving. You have a blind spot. You don't know that you cannot see it because you cannot see it. There's things you know, there's things you don't know, and there's things that you know that you don't know, and then there's a vast ocean of things that you don't know that you don't know. So you're not aware of your not knowing. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to explore. I'm going to explore the unknown of the unknown. It'll be interesting. Maybe I won't find anything new. Maybe I'll realize I'm an omni-god. I'm a demigod. And I knew everything all along. Nothing new came to mind. I knew all of this shit. Nah, but I'm sure I'll learn a bunch of new things. Especially things about not missing flights. Dog, if I miss one flight, I'm cooked. And if there isn't an immediate flight right after that, cooked. We cannot miss a single flight. Because this is just domino effect, chain reaction. We're going to miss all the flights. We're not going to be in time for any of them. We might have to skip a city. It'll be insane. So yeah, we're going to try not to do that. Let me see. Oh shit. We're doing really good on time. I'm checking the time on the laptop here. But yeah, we're going to switch over to the Patreon. So if you guys haven't checked out the Patreon, check it out. It greatly supports the channel. It's, you can check out the prices. There's different tiers, but the lowest one is $5. I appreciate whichever tier you guys support. You have so many videos, so many bonus episodes, hours and hours and hours of entertainment on there. People are enjoying it. I have a little community, a Patreon community on there. So I do appreciate everybody that's on there supporting the channel. But if you guys are watching this Twitch, or even if you just watched this episode all the way through, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I'm going to switch over to the Patreon now and do the bonus episode. So yeah, we're doing that. But anyways, stay safe. I'll see you guys next week.